This is Utah Public Radio. I'm Shalane Smith-Needham. Up next, it's Flicks at 48 with our film critic, Casey T. Allen. Good to have you back, Casey.
I'm here.
And what did you see for us this week?
I saw a Netflix release called Rebecca. This 2020 version, directed by Ben Wheatley, follows the life of a timid young woman whose whirlwind marriage to an aristocrat takes her to live at his large estate on the English countryside. But ghosts can haunt in more ways than mere apparitions as the awkward new bride struggles to live in the shadow of her new husband's first wife, who died tragically the year before. Rebecca is not an adrenaline-filled horror film, but an emotionally sensitive mystery. It makes an earnest and focused effort creating its own adaptation of the 1938 Daphne du Maurier novel. It's not just a colorized copy of the 1940 original film. The layered editing, combining disparate scenes and dialogue together, helped accelerate the plot forward, and it gave the film a modern vibe, even though it's set in the 1930s. And although Rebecca does have great elements and a rich atmosphere, much of the acting felt too wooden or tempered, as if none of the principal actors were having much fun. In this climate of many remakes and reboots of films, Rebecca was just okay, but it wasn't an amazing triumph.
I've seen the old one. Have you seen the 1940 version directed by Alfred Hitchcock?
I did see the original film adaptation from 1940. It won Best Picture at the Oscars in 1941, which is probably why I didn't love this new adaptation as much. It's difficult to compare a film when Alfred Hitchcock, Laurence Olivier, and Joan Fontaine are in such a flawless movie. Good remakes like this might help propel viewers to go watch the original and explore more of the film when it was in its infancy in the 1920s and 30s. It has some famous people in it too, which helps it get a bit more publicity. So it's not a bad entry in this wave of remakes, but I don't think it's going to be nominated for anything.
Casey, movie watching has changed since the beginning of the pandemic, with very few new releases happening in actual theaters. And this shifting landscape will inevitably also change Oscar season and how films will be viewed as important or special this year. Will you tell us more about that?
Yeah, I'm thinking a lot of movie studios are holding their large-scale, action-filled epic films, waiting for them to be released in actual movie theaters, because there are certain films that benefit from the movie theater setting, having an enormous screen and creating a collective experience. That's one sad thing about the COVID pandemic as far as movies go. You're not part of an audience anymore when you're watching a movie, so you're not part of collective waves of laughter or gasps of shock and fear. So there's a big shift towards films comparatively more intimate and small scale, about relationships or romance, and not about wars or superheroes or large-scale action sequences. Those don't play as well when you're watching on your small screen at home. Those aren't as big of a priority right now coming out of Hollywood.
Well, we will wait and see what happens this Oscar season. Thank you so much, Casey, for joining us this week.
My pleasure.